Our first day at the Melo Project run by Free Youth. I got it. You
pin the fabric.
Yeah. Well, that's why, because if you get through things like this, my little exercises, which is learning to pin, cut, sew, thread, that's what gives you the ability to finally be able to make any one of these creations in the room.
And I'm almost there, but it's a long way.
But by the time you get down to the end of this piece of fabric, you're going to know how to pin like a pro. You did it! Yay!
We're going to start with the first Melo method sewing exercises, which is a square. And the rule number 1 is what I tell everyone, my students: never start at a corner, always start away from a corner, because you're going to backstitch. So you start away from the corner. As you can see, this is your pressure foot, and I can lower the needle with using my hand, not the pedal. As you can see, I'm trying to line it up on the line. I'm going to bring it down. As you can see, I got right on the line. I'm going to lower the pressure foot, because you have to sew with the pressure foot down and the needle in the down position. Now I'm going to use my pedal. I'm going to use 2 fingers just to kind of guide. And I'm not doing it, I'm not pressing. All I wanted, now it's in the up position. Bring it down. Now this is your back stitch. There, that's the back stitch. So again, you have to put the needle down before you start sewing. And now I'm going to follow the line. And the next rule is never continue using your pressure foot. You stop right before the corners. Always stop before every corner. Make sure the needle's in the down position. And as you can see, I stopped. Look how tiny that little space is before the corner. Now, in order to get a perfect square, like pockets or square necks, do it by hand until you get right into the corner. You lift and you check. See how I'm right in the corner? And you see when you have the needle in the down position, you never lose your space. So now you line it up with the needle, because the sewing machine only sews in a straight line. Put the pressure foot down and follow the line. Again, you just slowly, your hands are just kind of on top of the fabric. And you always stop before a corner. Do it by hand. Take each corner of this exercise. See how I landed right on the corner? Perfect. I turn, put the pressure foot back down. You see I'm on slow motion. I'm not putting the pressure foot too much, or else I'll go too fast. Slow down before you get to the corner. Do it by hand. Lift, check. Ooh, look how I landed right on the corner. And then do it again. Remember, sewing machines only sew in a straight line. Stop before you get to a corner. Always take it by hand. I need one more stitch. See? I need one more stitch. One more stitch, and now I'll be in the corner. Now this thread tells me where I started. I need to go past this thread and backstitch. Not before it, not on top, but a little bit in front of it, so it locks it like a braid, so it doesn't unravel. Otherwise, your whole sewing exercise will just come apart. And whatever you sew is going to come apart. So I go past it, I backstitch. The needle's in the up position, so I can lift the foot. And when the needle's in the highest position, it'll pull right away from this. You cut it, and now you take your seam ripper. And the trick about the seam ripper is that there's a little knife in the very, very curve of that. And that's the only thing that's going to cut the thread, not on the sides. You take one thread at a time. You hold it. Now with this finger, your pointy finger, get it right in that curve. Press down so this doesn't go shoo. Press down on the fabric, and the only thing that moves is your thread. Go toward the curve, and it breaks. Very easy. If you're pulling too hard, it means it's not on that knife. There, look how easy that is. Clean all your exercises like this. with your seam ripper, because what I say is it's your best friend. Not with scissors, because you'll cut the fabric. Use your seam ripper for that.
Do whatever you want. You get to design whatever you want.
I like the Melo project because you get to design what you want and
And be creative. And you get